Good morning, y'all. So it's kind of early. It's like 5:40 right now, 5:40 in the morning. So might be like a voice note to some of y'all if you can't see me, because the sun still ain't out. But I just had something on my heart a little bit before I hit the gym. I have actually been thinking a lot about this, probably the last couple of months, and that's the subject of forgiveness. And real quick, because I haven't heard too many people speak on this, and so maybe it'll offer a new perspective to somebody out there who's struggling with forgiveness of somebody for the thing that they did to you. Now, even if it has been like a while, like I'm talking about the span of time in which that person hurt you, did you wrong, violated, crossed you, whatever, I think one thing that we might all benefit from is the ability to not define somebody by a moment in their lives, a moment in our lives. You know, one engagement, one time where they cussed at you, one time again where they lied to you, one moment, 1 week, 1 month, one relationship where they hurt us real bad. And the reason why I say that is because, you know what, we've all had horrible moments in our lives, myself included, where we did something to somebody that don't represent the best of us. We've all done something. We all can look back in our lives and say, you know what, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool how I talked to them. They didn't deserve that at all. And we allow ourselves the grace, we allow ourselves the mercy and the forgiveness to move on. We should anyway, if you're healthy about how you view things. But a lot of times we don't allow people who have done us wrong the exact same grace and mercy. Not even on no religious stuff, but I'm saying somebody at one time did us wrong, disrespected, and from that point forward, we want to see their entire life go downhill. Now, I'm not just talking about some turn the other cheek type of shit. What I'm talking about is whenever you lock somebody into a moment where they hurt you or did you wrong, when you lock them in, like that's all they'll ever be to you. That's who they are. That's their entire identity is locked into that way that they felt about you or that way that they treated you right then and there. It doesn't allow you to forgive them. And we all know forgiveness ain't really for that person. Forgiveness is for our damn selves. So we can have peace, so we can move on. So we're no longer invested in whether or not karma gonna come and visit them and all that other stuff. And sometimes it's real difficult because we ain't going off hearsay. We going off an actual experience with a person, so it's that much more valid to us. And cool, the experience itself is valid, but when you're thinking about people who have hurt you, who have done you wrong again, whatever, I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's some things I totally understand. If the bridge is burned and you two having a continued relationship, that's different from your capacity to forgive them and say, you know what, whatever happens in their life, whether they continue getting blessed, whether they never meet the type of punishment I feel like, you know, that one moment warranted or whatever. And I'm not talking about the most egregious things. If you're talking about rape and stuff like that, that's completely different. Of course, they should meet justice. I'm just talking about general friendships that fell out. I'm talking about somebody you barely even knew, but the one engagement that y'all had, they talked to you crazy, you know. They went off on you, they disrespected or something like that. We harbor a lot of like little, small, incremental pains and resentments toward people. Not the big stuff, but the small and little resentments toward people. And it builds up into a life of no peace. Because we feel like all these people should have to meet demise for the way that they did us in that moment. Instead of saying, you know what? Yeah, they shitted on me at that time. Yeah, they talked bad about me, but we all a work in progress. And what that allows you to do, it don't make you soft. It don't make you naive. What that mindset right there allow you to do, and I've had to do this, it allows you to move the fuck on. It allows you to move the fuck on. When you have that kind of compassion for them, and you don't want to, I gotta see them go downhill because they talked bad about me, they did me wrong, they stole from me, they copied me, they whatever. It allows you to forgive them and move the fuck on with your life. And you'll notice yourself building a habit of cutting those strings attached to the people that did us wrong. And a lot of people don't even pay attention to the fact they got strings attached to everybody that ever did them wrong. Every person that ever did them wrong, they try to in some way keep tabs on it. Because what they do is they retain that hope that karma gonna come and they get to see justice served. They want the gratification because they didn't go and exact revenge on that person. They want to see God do it in their life. They want, like, every terminal illness they want. I mean, they want the worst to happen to that person. But when you start having that compassion, you'll notice, man, you done forgot all about how people done did you wrong and this and that moment. You've been forgiving them while the outside world thinks it's for them. Like, it's really giving you peace. So for those kind of coming in a little late, all I'm saying is when somebody does you wrong, when somebody crosses you, again, not the absolute worst things, like please find justice if somebody really violated you on a rights level. But when people casually do you wrong in your life, and I'm gonna speak to myself. I've had people in the industry, I've had people not in the industry talk bad, throw shade and start this lie or spread this lie. I've seen people copy some shit that I did, all this, that, and the other. What has allowed me to not be bitter is me saying, you know what, maybe in that moment, they was desperate. Because we've all done some old fucked up stuff when we were desperate or capable of it. Maybe in that moment, things wasn't going right in their life. Maybe in that moment, they was in a horrible headspace. They could have been in a bad relationship, So everything in their life is about to be vile, and that's why they trying to take it out on me. They really crying for help, but they ain't got nobody listening. So here I am, a perfect stranger. Why not shit on me? Whatever. I come up with a narrative that allows me to give them compassion and saying, you know what, that wasn't their entirety. Ain't no telling who they've provided value to in their life, who they've been good to. It was just me that they, didn't have good feelings about, but that ain't their entirety. So God bless them. Maybe they've grown out of that, or that wasn't who they really were. That was them in that moment. And it's allowed me to not harbor hate or bitterness or resentment for anybody. There's people on my page right now. You'll see comments sometimes in my comment section, and our initial meeting was them throwing shade at me, was them shitting on me. Matter of fact, I wasn't gonna say no names because I'm not good about saying names. Y'all know that. I don't like mentioning names and shit like this, but fuck it. Ryan Davis. I'm still contemplating because this shit don't feel right. Ryan Davis comedy. That's how we came to engage with each other. His first video he ever made, first acknowledgement of me, I had posted a video of him showing love like this comedy. His first video of me was him throwing shade. Him saying that Derrick said this, Derrick said that. So since then, the reason why I'm even bringing this up, because it's been a positive since then. We DM'd each other. We got an understanding between the two of us. I even sent them a signed copy of my book. The only way I was able to do that, y'all, is I was able to say, you know what? That video, him throwing shade, and he made more than one, matter of fact. But that wasn't his identity. Maybe he was under a misconception about me. Not that his life was horrible and he took it out. Maybe that was just the wrong foot that we got off on. He had the wrong perception. But I had no bitterness and no hate toward him. And I was able to, now we follow each other. And like I said, I support his stuff. And you'll see him comment under my stuff. I'll comment under his every now and then. But that habit has allowed me to not have bitterness. We ain't got no necessarily friendship. But I'm just giving you one example of somebody who, when we first engaged, I could have absolutely just been wanting it out for him, waiting for a chance for him to slip up so I could talk my shit. But when people have shitted on me, people have talked bad about me, and I ain't do nothing to deserve it, I don't let it cause me to have a bitter life by hating them and resenting them and defining them by that moment. And in some cases, it's ended up being where me and that person actually ended up being cool and having more alike than we thought when it started off bad. So I'm gonna let y'all later, man. I just want to put that on y'all. A lot of times we don't have peace. It ain't just circumstantial. It's internal. It's somebody we ain't forgiven or some people we ain't forgiven. And you ain't forgave that person if it would still bring joy to your heart to see something bad happen to them based on what they've done to you. So do your own personal inventory. I'll let y'all later, man. Y'all be good. Peace.